Hey everybody, good evening everybody. Welcome. Excited to be back again. Excited to be here today. So do me a favor. I want you to share and invite in and bring in people in our conversation. Let me know what city, what country you're joining in from. I'd like to know what city, what country you are joining in from. Tell me what city, what country you're joining in from. And please, as you join in, just make sure you do the honors of just sharing the broadcast today so that we can get started. So please share and inviting people. This is one of the most critical conversation you're gonna have uh, you know uh, you know in your life. One of the conversations you will look back and say, yes, I am glad I did tune in and how I was part of the conversation. So this is, one of those conversations. So please do me a favor, share. Tell me, put out your comment and let me know what city, what country you're joining in from. Type out there as we get started. What city are you coming in from? Let's go. Let's go. What country, what city, uh, where you coming from? What city? Type out. I want to see your names. I want to see your comments. I'm not seeing those comments I'm supposed to be seeing. Um, let's go. What city are you coming in from? I want to see those. And please share. Let's impact people's lives, as many people as possible. Let's impact as many people's lives as possible. Uh, you know, uh, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm just doing my shares on my end as I get to start the program. Um, all right, I've done my shares. Hey Uganda, what's happening? Good to have Uganda in the house. Good to see you. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining in. It's good to have all of you. So here's one thing I want to say to you. This is the most critical conversation you're gonna have. Um, and one of the things that I get to realize is that some of the most critical things that can change your life are the things that people are avoid to be part of and just benefit from, just to make your life becoming better. And today we're talking about healing. How do you heal from your traumas? How do you heal from things that broke your life? How do you begin to just work through the things? And the tagline says, if you don't heal what hurt you, you will bleed on people who didn't cut you. And being a coach, a life coach, an entrepreneur, a radio and TV personality, I'm getting to see a lot of these things in people's lives. Healing is the most critical component of your success. If there's one area of your life that you need to work on and focus on, is putting yourself together, dealing with the broken pieces of your life, dealing with things, your upbringing, how you view certain things, how do you work around certain things, because most people don't understand the power of getting to a place where you are healed. Man, I can never overestimate, the power of just getting to a place where you see yourself correctly. You work on the things that really just broke you, the things that just disappointed you. Hey, what's happening? Good to have you, Katie, all the way from Kidwe. Good to have Soba, all the way from Uganda. I'm excited. Please type out your city type out your city, your country, and where you guys are joining in from. I wanna, I just wanna make sure I connect with you guys as you're joining in and being part of our conversation. So so please, and I want you to share. Listen to me. I want you to know that this is a critical conversation. Please get it. Believe me, this is one of the most critical conversation that you're gonna have, that will transform your life. So I want you to tag your friends. I want you to invite your friends. I want you to I want you to just share in your groups and your spaces, and let's have many people as possible coming in and joining. We're not going to be long tonight, so I'm just breaking down because I have a masterclass coming up over the weekend. So I just thought I should give you a feel of what we're going to be looking at, and the things we're going to be addressing, the things we're going to be working around, the things that we're going to be dealing with. So I'm just giving you a feel. I'm giving you a teaser. I'm giving you a dionko of of what it's gonna look like on Saturday as we talk about the healing. How do you work around the broken pieces of your life? A lot of us miss opportunities in life because we haven't dealt with the most critical, things of our lives, the things that have bothered us, the things that have challenged us, the things that just, uh, you know, yeah. Hey, Tinashe, what's happening? Good to have you. I'm in the process of healing. I have tried, but it's hard. Why do you say so? If you don't mind sharing, share with me a bit. I like to know. I like to know. Please share with me. I would be very interested. This is an opportunity to get a free coaching session when I come live. And I know I may not be able to sit with everybody one on one, but this is a space for you to get it. So Tinashe, share why you say what you say, that you're in the process. So if you don't heal, if you don't heal, you will bleed on people that it didn't catch you. Because I strongly believe that every one of us has got experiences. Every one of us has been through spaces. We've been through things in our lives that have hit us hard. Like Tinashe says, hey, up to now, I've not recovered. I've tried, but it's very, very difficult. And here's one thing I'll tell you. One of the reasons most people avoid the conversation of healing is because healing takes a lot of work. And not so many people are willing to do the work it takes to heal. Let me tell you something. I put a status. I'm gonna read this status. Um, let me I put not the one I put today. I put another one. Let me just get it so that I can pick it up from there. I can pick it up from there. Um, let's see. Let's. Oh, okay, I'm checking the wrong. I'm checking the wrong stuff. Let me. I have too many numbers, so yes, I got this one. It says, heal before having children so your children don't have to heal from having you as a parent. This is very, very powerful. Heal from having before having children so your children don't have to heal from having you as a parent. A lot of us have traumas, a lot of us have got things that challenge us, and one of the things I said, the most important more important than your degree, your PhD, your house, money, job, career, car, or business is your healing. And I mean it because I have seen people that are highly educated, people that are rich, people that have got money, people that are balling, people that are making it big out there, but they are not in a good space of their lives. The money is coming, they're driving nice cars, they're living large, but they're still walking in dysfunctions because they have not done the healing. Because healing is not what they give you from university. Your job can't provide all of those things. And this is why when healing is tough for people to do, guess what people do? People run to the easiest thing. Go drink, go party, go dance, relationship, because you're trying to heal yourself. You are trying to get better by destroying yourself. Is this making sense? Is it making sense? So those are critical things that you need to look at. What are some of the things that you need to do? Hey, brother John, what's happening? Good to see you. Good to have you. Good to have you. Hey, what's happening, James? Good to have you. Good to have all of you guys, coming in. So a lot of people feel like, let me run and go and make the money. Let me run and just go and become successful. You feel like going to make more money, going to get a degree, going to get a PhD, buying yourself a new car, buying yourself a beautiful house is going to compensate for the wounds and the brokenness that are in your life. So you want to accessorize your life, so that so that you can hide the pain that you feel, and you realize that no matter how much you acquire and get all of those things, there's still a void inside your heart, because at the core of your heart there's a broken space that money, that sex, that beer, women, men, or anything you can think of that can be able to heal. So healing is a process of looking into yourself and beginning to ask yourself the toughest questions. What are my childhood traumas? What are the things that I've been through that have broken me? What are some of the things that I need to work around? So I was in town the other day, and I seated with this gentleman who works in the streets, and then he was looking at my phone and he saw the statement. He says, heal before. He says, I'm confused, boss. What does that mean? And I gave him a practical example. I was driving with my son the other day, and my son said something that was very interesting, that I had to realize that I have to heal with the way my parents raised me. My son said to me, he said to me something that I would have never said to my parents at the age of 12. And he says, Dad, I'm going to ask you a question. Let's assume, like, in my future I have a crush on a girl, so now he's trying to play on my mind, like, I don't know, like he's trying to, like he likes a girl, but he's saying, oh, I am asking, this question is for future use. I am asking you, for the future, how do I deal and how do I handle, having a crush on a girl? And I was not expecting that question. You understand what I'm trying to say? I was not expecting that question. And I wanted to respond how my parents would have responded. I wanted to respond from a place of how I was raised up by my parents. But I had to respond from a healed place. And the healed place that I'm at in the season of my life is a place where I am open to have the most uncomfortable conversations with my son, at the age he's at, and where he's growing into. Because if I responded on how my parents would have responded, it would have been different. My parents would have said, hey, shut up, you're young, forget, focus on school. You understand? But I started having a conversation, and I said, as for every boy, as you're growing up as a young boy, as a young man, you're going to get attracted to the opposite sex. That's how we are built. That's how we're attracted. That's how we're created. But it's what you do with how you feel and the things that you see that determines what you do with that. So now you are opening a spot for conversation. Our parents didn't create spaces for healthy conversations. If the topic and the subject was uncomfortable, they shut you down. Hey Joseph, what's happening? Thank you. So that's what our parents would have done. So they just shut you down and say, hey, you can't talk about this thing, you're too young to have a conversation. But the fact that someone is asking, it means that it's something that has crossed their mind. They're growing, and unfortunately or fortunately, our generation is growing from a different space of where they are. Like they're 20 times far ahead of how we grew up. So they're watching DSTV, they're watching all these cable networks, they're seeing a lot of these things on TV. So it means that if you're gonna parent in this generation, your game is gonna be higher than where you were raised from. And I notice my son is very intelligent. So I need to prepare myself to be able to respond and deal with the questions that he's asking. But I can't give him, I can't conversate with him. I can't have a relationship based on Northern Rhodesia syllabus, what my parents taught me. Some of you are in dysfunctional spaces. Some of you, your relationships, your marriages are struggling. Guess what? You're still working an outdated template of what your mother or your father passed on to you. And because you've done it for a long time, you feel like it's a normal thing to do. So dysfunction has become your normal. The abnormal has become the normal. The dysfunction has become the normal. So you are walking and operating in dysfunction. You are seeing life from a lens. And I was talking to a friend of mine, Sanderson, when he saw me post in the afternoon, and he said, unfortunately, some people don't even know that they are sick and they're in need of healing. The sad part is that most people feel like they are okay. This is how I was raised up, this is how we do it, and this is how we flow. We mainly focus on easy things which end up costing our lives. Yes, Brother John. And that's what everybody wants. And when Coach Steady doesn't answer you, I do these things to give you a feel of your journey. I can't sit and talk to everybody on my phone. I have paid up clients. I have clients that have bought my time. My time is bought. So anytime I'm giving you free time, I'm stealing from the people that have bought my time. And when you get to a place where you heal, life looks amazing. When you look at life from a healed space, there's a lot of things. I see a lot of young boys, a lot of these young boys that you're seeing looking like men today. The voice trying to be very intimidating. You feel like it's strength, it's brokenness. Because they grew up. I mean, oh gosh, I was in town in the streets. The streets teach you so many things. I saw these young boys. They're big in stature, but I could sense, they're still babies, they're still boys by the stuff they were doing. And you could see, like, you would look at him, and I could tell this boy is a baby. He may be bigger in stature, but he's a baby. You can tell, but these are the babies our young women are falling in love with. You're falling in love with a broken man, a man who wants to roar like a lion. But the reason they're trying to roar like a lion is not because they are a man, it's because they're trying to hide the trauma, the pain that they were not raised right by their parents. If I would do anything, I would beg every one of you to go through the process of healing. Why do I behave the way I do? What are my patterns? Where did I pick these patterns from? Where did I get these patterns from? Because what you don't heal, you repeat. Come on, type that. I want you to type that. What you don't heal, you repeat. Some of you, you feel like love don't like you. It's not that love don't like you. It's just that you have not done the work, the inner work that demands for you to have a healthy relationship. It's not that love don't like you. It's that you don't like yourself enough to be able to do a lot of introspection, to be able to deal with the things that have broken you. Yes, Richard, what you don't heal, you repeat. Come on, type that. What you don't heal, you repeat. That's part of your healing too. That's part of your healing. Type out. So this is why we hide our trauma in alcohol. We hide our trauma in partying. We hide our trauma in sex. We hide our trauma in having multiple partners because there's a void inside of us that we're trying to fill. And unfortunately, you don't realize that that void can only be filled and dealt with when you get to a place where you are healed. When you're looking, you can look at yourself when you're naked and you're not ashamed. Audrey, what's happening? Good to see you. And I need to send you the details about the masterclass. Sorry, I didn't send it to you. What you don't heal, you repeat. Yes, Messi. Yes, John, what you don't hear. Kaonga, yes, what you don't hear, you repeat. Yes, Monza, yeah, what you don't hear, you repeat. So you think there's a problem with everything else in your life. It's just that you haven't done the healing. You haven't worked on the parts of your life that you need to deal with. You feel like people don't like you. It's not that people don't like you. There's a way you come out when you go in spaces. When you meet up with people, there's a way you come out. Hey, Anna, what's happened? Thank you. There's a way you come out. It's not that people don't like you. And unfortunately, a lot of you feel like there's things that you need to take in the workspace that you need to deal with and work around. So you feel like, oh, I'll get a job, and some of you get jobs, graduate, but when you get in an environment where it comes to work with people, you've got trust issues. Every time you look at a man, you feel like, oh, all men are the same because an uncle or a brother or anybody, a step brother or anybody abused you and took advantage of you. So you feel like everybody is the same. So you show up broken, you show up wounded, and it may not be a conscious decision you're making, but subconsciously there's trauma that operates and causes reactions. You are triggered by certain things. There's some women right now, they're struggling to have sex with their husbands because you went through some abuse in your life that you've not dealt with. So your yesterday is killing you today because you are too busy, and somehow you feel like miraculously your life is going to suddenly change and you're going to get to a place where you are okay. It doesn't change miraculously. You have to do the work. You have to see yourself. If you gave me 10 million to go and get a degree or go and get a course on healing, I'll pay for a course on healing and then I'll get the degree later. Because in my academics, in my profession, in my relationship, I show up broken. I can't even make the right decisions because I'm showing up broken. Yes, yes, Brother John. We end up in survival mode, coping mechanisms, and thriving feels foreign. Yeah, exactly. So you have to cope. You, like, every day of your life, you're not living your life from a space of power and strength. You are your life is driven by fear. Your life is driven by the fear of unknown. Your life is driven by things going wrong. Oh, this person can't love me. So if we need to change our communities, we need to show up healed. We need to seek therapy. We need to seek help. And unfortunately for us Africans and Zambians, therapy is a foreign word. Trauma are foreign words. We've been designed to survive and cope. This is why there's a lot of toxicity in our relationships, in our communities, because we don't know how to get to a place where we can deal with all these things. Some of you don't understand why when a man greets you, hi, how are you doing? Let me open the door for you. Oh, so what are you after? No, I just want to open the door because I'm a gentleman. Because you grew up in a home where your parents fought from morning until evening. Every time your father came back home, it was a showdown. So when you look at a man, you look at an animal. You look at a vicious being. So when you show up in your workplace, when you show up in your relationship, that's what you bring in you're bringing the yourself that has been exposed. You say you want healthy relationship, but you're showing up from a place of brokenness. You're showing up from a place of wounds. You've got wounds in your life. But people won't read books. People won't go to seminars. People won't go for therapy. People won't go for coaching. And you wonder, you've had 10 relationships and you feel like everybody else you've been with is a problem. At some point in my life, I had to say, hey, there's something wrong with how I'm loving and how I'm showing up in my relationships. I need to heal so I can pick right. You can never pick right if you're showing up broken. Wounds. I had what I call personally, what one of my biggest problem was toxic loyalty. I stayed loyal to things I shouldn't stay loyal to. So now I have the grace for what the hell, what the heck. If I see you for who you are, hasta la vista, bye-bye. But when you're broken and when you're broken, you cling on to people and you feel like it's love. When what you got is abandonment issues, when you've got is that you've got negative attachment systems. That's what we're going to be talking about, from brokenness to wholeness, over the weekend. Man, guys, I want you to get this. Then you live in a community, so you can't show up how you want. There are systems that guarantee success in life. You can't show up with the damaged version of yourself. You can't show up in life with the broken version of yourself. Some of you are Rambo, mafia mode, 24/7. Your system, your mind has been designed to Rambo each and every time. Environments you grew up, the people that raised you up have shaped you in a way. And it's not even intentional. I hear, oh gosh, I wish I could share that video with you guys. I wish I could share that video I shared on Saturday. If I'd prepared, I would have shown you how powerful these things are. If like this gentleman shares a story how he saw his grandfather abused his grandmother, and his father said, I will never do this to my wife and my kids. But he grew up, he got married, he went through a divorce, he abused his wife, he abused his children. The things he said he was never going to do, he did to his children and his wife. But when he saw his father growing up, he said, I don't want to be like my father. It's because you say these things, but you're not doing the work it demands. You're not drawing the line. You're not being intentional that I don't want this to happen in my life. Exactly. Yes, Joseph Band. I totally agree. And I've seen coaches, I've seen mentors, I've seen pastors. What you're seeing in the things I've been talking about, guess what? It's trauma issues. Navione Lange. God raises you up, gives you influence over people because you didn't heal. You begin to take advantage of the people you were called to help. Healed people heal people. Healed coaches heal people. Healed pastors heal people. And healed pastors and healed coaches break people. Because you can go to Bible college, you can go to university, you can get a certification. Like I have certification as a life coach. I have certification as a life coach. But if I don't do my work, this paper is nothing. If I don't do my work, I'm qualified as a life coach. I've got an international qualification as a life coach. But if I don't do my work, this paper is nothing. You don't get your healing from university or from your job. Unfortunately, for most people, this paper has become your defense. So you're showing up broken. You have not dealt with patterns in your life. Your decisions are affected if you're not showing up whole. My friends, wholeness is sexy. When you heal, when you're whole, it's the most amazing, amazing feeling. I don't even want to call it a feeling. It's an amazing lifestyle. You can offend me and say the most ridiculous thing. I won't even say, I'll show you. I'm going to deal with you. I don't do that because I am healed. Only people that are trying to look for validation go to such an extent to be able to do all of those things. Our marriages are under attack. Our friendships, our relationships are under attack because we haven't done the work. We haven't done the healing. Is this making sense? Some of you get into great relationship. God sends you amazing people, but you successfully sabotage. Your brokenness pricks people and stabs people, and you're the one pretending like you're the one that is like you're the one that is heading. You stab people, you break people because of your unhealed spaces of your life. And some of you don't even know. So it's even difficult for you to even understand the conversation about healing because you have no clue. You don't even think you need healing. You feel like, I am good, I am amazing, I'm whole, I'm awesome. So you confuse your outward with the inner work that is needed to be done in your life. You are always insecure. You don't know how to take compliments. You don't call compliments. You don't know how to, you're used to people condemning you. You're used to criticizing you. You don't know how to say thank you. I appreciate that. You don't know how to receive love. That's why you can't even give love. Your intake is broken, your outlet is going to be damaged too. What's supposed to flow into you has got a blockage. And that's why whatever this is why you're loving people on an empty tank. You're trying to love people. This week is your full responsibility. What you're going to do about it. Guess what? If I say 21 secrets to finding a partner, this broadcast is going to have a lot of people. A lot of people are going to show up here. This is what people need. You don't need a relationship. You need to heal. You will never make correct relationship decisions if you haven't done the healing. And you will go ahead and get married but bleed on your children, raise your children in the most dysfunctional way. And the cycle continues from one generation to the next. Are you going to be the generational breaker? Are you going to say it ends here? I'm having a healthy marriage. I am, before we even talk about marriage, I'm going to be a healthy human being. I have met people that are successful in their career, in their academics, but the level of brokenness, like every place they go to, they leak. They leak. A lot of you are carrying the wounds instead of exposing the wound so it can heal, so that it doesn't have pus and begin to stink. This is where when you show up in places, there's a stench. When you're supposed to bring out positive vibes, there's a stench that is coming. When you show up in places, you show up broken. You are competitive. You are vindictive. Who hurt you, boo? Who hurt you, boo? Who hurt you? And some of you know your friends. They always react. They always overreact. And the people that are broken the most are the ones that claim that they are healed. Hey, Mtambo, how's it going? Good to have you. Good to have you. Is it the Mtambo I know that I used to show up on all my broadcasts? It's been a long time. We can't pass on our trauma to our children. We can't pass on our trauma to our children. Yes, Esther, I'm glad to hear that. You gotta do the work. Nobody's gonna do the work for you. Some of you have vowed, I don't trust men. I don't trust men. Like you dated the whole world. What you're simply saying is, I don't trust my father because I saw my father cheat on my mother. So the damage of your parents, you are letting other people's sons suffer. I don't trust women because you saw it from your mama. So now everyone else you meet in your life, you see them through the eyes of your broken mother. You're seeing them through the toxic masculinity of your daddy. But you're ashamed to say that my father didn't show me right. My mother didn't show me right. So when God sends you the right people, you still sabotage because you've got upbringing issues. How they raised you, has affected how you see life. And as Africans, we're not even bold enough to be able to say, I didn't see my father do right, because we protect our parents. We feel like speaking up. Another video I'm gonna be showing in the session, because you feel like showing up and telling people that, look, I was not raised by the best parents. My parents didn't raise me right. I was not raised by, look, and that's why I give myself kudos, because what I'm giving my son, I never saw it from my father. I had to decide to learn. I had to stop giving excuses for the things that my father didn't do for steady. And I'm saying, how can I be a better father? How can I be a father that my father was not to me? And that doesn't even mean that my father was a bad father. It's just that he didn't know better. If he knew better, he was going to do better. I can't keep blaming my parents for not giving me hugs, for not affirming me, for not loving me. I do that to my son. I hug my son, and I look at my son and says, I never heard these things from my father. So I can choose to pass on the trauma, or I can say it stops here. You can't keep blaming what your parents didn't know. My parents didn't know better. My parents didn't know better. I love them. May their soul rest in peace. And this is why I say that this generation, we are the ones to heal and show our parents that this is how marriage looks like. This is what raising your children looks like. The way my son asked me that question when we were driving out of just shut up, you can't talk to your father like that. Go and talk to your grandmother. You can't talk to me about that. Talk to your grandmother. I want my son to be comfortable. My son again called me the other day. He says, "Hey, Dad, I pushed my friend at school, and this is what happened." And I said, "Why?" And I had a conversation with him. I didn't say, "You can't do that." I told him, "You have to let people know how to respect your son. Be kind, be loving, and the same respect you're expecting from other people." This is why I tell people this day you feel like it's just getting laid and making babies, raising kids. This is why before you go out there and say, "Oh, I'm in love, I feel the butterflies," look at this dude, look at this chick. Is this the type of woman I want my kids to look like? And I'm not talking about physically, but lifestyle. I see buff guys, powerful guys. They've got six packs and everything. They will give you babies, but they can't raise babies. They got trauma issues. This is why they're in the gym 24/7. And I'm not saying everybody is in the gym. So they're trying to fight Nenshimbi. Oh, he's sexy. He's got, and I look at these chicks and I'm like, I like it. Let me not even divert. There's much more it requires to raise your children. So don't date people just for yourself. Date people for your children. Is this the type of woman I want my kids to be raised by? Is this the type of a man I want my kids to be raised by? But this generation, we're so lost. Some people have no idea. How do you really heal? We're gonna do that in our masterclass. People have no idea. Some of you need to face how your father raised. Ask. Manjo Machitangati, it's family rituals in Vizimba. These are the untouchables of our family. Don't say that. Your father was a polygamist. Say, my father was a polygamist. This man was a polygamist. I don't want to be like that. Thank you, Dalis. I appreciate that. I see this topic as a root of our lives. We have found ourselves losing certain things as a result of not being healed from our past issues. I'll be honest with you, sir, and I know I am not the only one. I have found people that love me and who tell me they love me, but it's like the more they express their love for me, the more they push me away. Yes, yes. By the time they know it, I stop calling or hearing from them. And I feel like I'm okay with that. I feel satisfied with myself. This is so true. This is so true. This is so true. That takes a lot of healing. That takes a lot of healing, and I'm glad you're coming up. And this is why some of you don't even realize why healthy people don't attract you. You're attracted to a little bit of drama. You want people. Drama looks sexy to you. You're broken. Hey, Richard, what's up? I'm glad to hear that. There's things we gotta work around. There's things we need to deal with. There's things we need to work on, guys. This is our bigger assignment. This is why people like to say, Coach Terry, you like to use the Western examples. It's true. I know so many couples. I know couples. They are coaches, but they've got coaches themselves. They go for therapy. Here we only go for therapy and coaching sessions. Ngana mulua. That's when you go and get help. You gotta do the work. You gotta do the healing. You gotta put in what it takes for you to be able to heal and work around. Our friends, 2 years the person is going for therapy. I saw another lady who was celebrating her anniversary. I think it was 2 years or or 3 years into therapy. So she still goes to therapy. 3 years, you're still going to therapy consistently. People just do one session and they say, I am healed, I am okay. You attend one event. No. If those traumas have been built inside you over the years, it's gonna take a lot of undoing for you to completely get to a place where you're healing and becoming better each and every day. Some of you are beautiful. No matter how much we tell you you're amazing, you don't get it. You always see yourself through the mirror of brokenness because of what people say, because of what an ex-boyfriend said. They so damaged you. And this is one thing about dating people that are broken. They so damage you so that when you stand before another man, you don't even think you're beautiful. You don't even think you're worth it. Some of you men, some women told you the good men out there, you're not everything. The men out there. So you carry that brokenness. And you express that in you know you show up very like upset about life. You gotta do stuff about this. I beg you. Even if you don't come to Coach Steady, find another therapist, find another coach, find another qualified coach, find another, look, you don't heal. Worship doesn't fix this. It's going through the process. I need to work around these things and I need to heal. I'll see you on Saturday if you've registered for the class. The class is on Saturday at 2 p.m. It's an online class, so you can attend the class in the comfort of your home. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to leave your office. You can attend. You need to register. There's a payment. It's not expensive for your healing. You need to register for the class and be part of that session. So you send a WhatsApp to that number. Typing it out there. So this is your most critical thing that you need to do. These are the most critical things that you need to work around. So we're going to go deeper on Saturday. So make sure you register and be part of the class. And if you know people, share with them. Let as many people heal. Going through life unhealed is very expensive. It'll cost you a lot. It'll cost you more than what you would have paid to go through the process. You need to do the work. You need to go through the process. You need to deal with all the issues that need to be dealt with. So it was wonderful. Have a beautiful night. God bless you. I thought I should share this with you. I'll talk to you soon and have an amazing one.